Hello everybody, GrayStillPlays, and we're back with more of the Long Dark on the Interloper mode. No time for BS. So real quick, I had missed a couple of things in some cabins that are right in the middle of the map. We'll probably hit those when we head over to the gas station. First things first though, I want to go over to the fishing camp because there's a couple of things that I want to check out there. We are still a little bit away from having everything cured, which is something I definitely want to have. I have some cloth laying on the ground here. I've got some things inside of this cabinet just because I decided to put them in there. And then we have some random things inside of this fridge, including some food and some antiseptic and some of these sewing kits because why not? Our weight is down below where I need it, which is good, just so that we can kind of move around quicker than not. We're at 92%, which isn't bad at all. We are a little winded, but it's not too bad. And let's get the hell out of here. Last I checked, the weather was okay. So, not too bad. Negative 20. I call negative 20 not terrible. I'm gonna go grab some of these sticks. Got some rose hips sitting right over here. We could... Let me think about this for a second. I was gonna say... We could probably head down this way and check out our dead guy real fast. There should be a dead guy right around these parts. I hear all of the, there we go. I was gonna say, I hear all the crows yipping and yapping. I just didn't see anything yet, but there they are. Maybe the wolves. Maybe it's too early for the wolves to come out yet. Oh, never mind. There's one. Beautiful crow feathers. Give them to me. I was talking to someone about putting your food outside and how it kind of helps. And you can actually put your food on this dead guy, I'm pretty sure. He can take 10 kilograms of food, or items, I guess, and it will last a lot longer than if you have it inside. And that is totally true. It will definitely last a lot longer. I'm gonna grab a couple of sticks. Oh, alright, hi. I will definitely grab a couple of sticks when I see them. We don't have... Hold on 1 second here. Just get over this hill. Just make sure that there's no wolves on this side. I heard a bunch of howling going on. Nope, doesn't look like it. A couple of bunnies, actually all kinds of bunnies. I'm going down this way because, again, sometimes there are some saplings that can appear on these little islands. Man, we are already damn chilled. That's for sure. So, this isn't an excuse. Well, I guess it kind of is, or at least I'm saying it as if though it were one. I have a tendency to miss some things, obviously, here and there. First off, obviously, there's a lot of eyes looking at me while I play, which is awesome. I love hearing from you guys, and I like the fact that this series has kind of done very well for people's interest. I'm glad that people are getting entertainment out of it. So, I play video games for YouTube, right? And obviously this is a hobby for me, but I probably put full-time effort into it. Oh, sweet Mary. That's what I'm talking about. I put full-time effort into it, meaning that, oh, it's a birch sapling. What a bunch of crap. I want a maple sapling. I put around 40 to 60 hours a week into this little YouTube channel we got going on here. And on top of that, I also work 40 to 60 hours a week. So if you do the math, I end up, I guess, working between 80 and 120 hours a week on various things. We need to start running. This is getting ridiculous. The weather is absolutely taking a turn for the windier. And windier it is being. Holy crap, I can't even hear just about. So I'm very tired when I go and play these games. I get no days off. Not that I'm complaining, because I love what I do. There's that other hammer. Wow, okay, so maybe there's always a heavy hammer there. We found a heavy hammer there the last time. What I mean to say in a very, very circular roundabout way is that sometimes I'm very tired and I miss things. That's all. So, your help is much appreciated. Oh, another frozen angler. Man, I will take that all day. Because with the 2 frozen anglers we have now, we're going to be able to learn enough to get our first level of ice fishing without actually doing any fishing, which is awesome because that means that we're gonna have a 2% less chance to break our line, which is really nice. I don't know if saplings grow up here at all. Man, I was really hoping for a frickin' maple sapling. Anyway, another little note real quick. I don't know, someone had said, like, that the commentary, I guess, is what makes the game. But man, the Summit Soda's here again too. I wonder if there's always a Summit Soda there as well. But, and then someone had mentioned, like, you know, they don't need to know everything about my life, and I don't intend to tell everyone everything about my life, because there's no, you guys don't need to worry about all that. But every once in a while, you're going to see a little cut in the video from me when nothing really happened. And I figure I'd just let you guys know the reason for those cuts is because I'm actually, on top of working all the time, I'm on call all the time. Meaning that people call me, well, my work calls me, to get things done 24 hours a day, potentially. Oh, a whetstone, that's what I'm talking about. And I see a bunch of fishing hooks. So, every once in a while, if you just see like a random cut, for no reason, that's what's happening. A little bit of a insight into the life of Gray. There you go. And anything else on this table here? That's what I'm talking about with those hooks, though. Man, they're easy to miss. They blend right in with the darkness there. Let's go ahead inside of one of these cabins. We've got a few of them. There's always a bunch of things in here, and let's start off with a backpack. Someone else was saying, search more meticulously. More meticulously. I'm too disorganized in my searching. So let's try that. We're going to work meticulously. We're going to go from every corner of the house, and then we're going to work our way inward, because pretty much things remain in the corners, right? Nothing's going to be in the middle of the floor unless it's underneath the bed. So let's go from there. So we have a backpack, a crate, the old plastic container here, along with some shelving. It is much, much warmer in here, so that's nice. There was a backpack against this blue seat not this blue seat, but a blue seat that I had missed. I have, like, such trouble seeing that stuff. I don't know if I'm slowly going colorblind. Is that something in the corner? Right here. Right here. Summit Soda, baby. Okay. Meticulism is working. I can't really see much farther under the chair from there. Got a couple of these curtains we can rip down if we need to. Let's continue into the drawers. We already have wool socks, which I am so very happy about. And while we're at it, I see a granola bar over there as well. While we're at it, let's check. Okay, good. I was curious if I had repaired my wool socks all the way up, and I had. Someone else also mentioned sort by weight, so I'm just going to go ahead and do that rather than A to Z so that we can see the heaviest weighted objects right in the beginning there. Let us continue to look around. We've looked through all of that. There can't be anything behind there because it's physically impossible. Well, I guess nothing's impossible in the long dark, but I don't suspect that would be happening. We can't go behind the bed, but we can check under the bed. Oh, I got a question. When you guys play these games, do you find yourself, like, literally craning your neck as if though you're actually looking underneath the bed? I do that crap all the time, like to look underneath objects and to, like, see over hills, and I catch myself doing it, and I'm like, you're an idiot. That doesn't help at all. Why are you doing this to yourself? Negative 16 degrees, so I guess it's getting nicer outside. Let's check out our secondary plays here. I may break down a lot of the shelving and stuff like that. Well, anything that I can break down. And I think you could get things under that area there. Right now I see a can of Pinnacle Peaches under this bed, and already we're encumbered. I don't know if we can break down this kind of stuff. No, I kind of figured we needed a hatchet to break it down. Ah, here's the first aid kit that was levitating last time we destroyed this bench. I wonder if it would levitate again. Nothing on top of the beds anywhere. Remember, methodical. Like you're freaking searching for clues. Like you're trying to solve the case. Man, we are getting a lot of canned food. A lot of food. Actually, we have a lot of food, period. I don't want to presume to say that we have so much food that I can abuse a bit of it to, like, get some researching done, but maybe I can. Over the beds. Nothing on top of any of the beds. Let's continue to search all the way over. Nope, nothing there either. Around and behind this chair. Remember, guys, we saw something, like, way behind the chair last time, but I can't quite get there thanks to this bench. So I'll kind of, like, look this way. And nope. Looks like we pretty much got everything. Can't break these benches down, can we? No, we need a damn hatchet to break that bench down as well. Okay, we're set. Let's continue onward to the next cabin. Luckily, if I do miss something in these cabins, they are very easy to get back to. So that's good. We're gonna have to, we still have 9 hours of daylight left, but we are epically tired right now. And we got a bench over here. Now, I'm trying to remember where I found that last fire striker that we found that one time. More boots. Oh, these are some heavy, heavy work boots, too. I'm gonna have to break those down. The last time we found the fire striker, I'm pretty sure, was in one of the mines. In one of these crates, just like this. But I think it was in the mine. I'm gonna look under the shelving, because sometimes you can find things underneath the shelving. Doesn't look like there's anything there. Nothing under the beds, either. So I got a question. This bed plus 6. This bed has an extra... I thought maybe because it had like an extra piece of cloth on it, it was a little bit warmer. I guess not, though. On this shelving, nothing. Under here, there is, at the very least, a little tiny container. Let's see if anything might be inside of it. But I'm going to say that we picked up a lot of items so far. I'm pretty damn happy about everything that we've got. And I'm just going to take a real quick look over here. Because there is a back area around all of these. And if you remember, there was something kind of like over there on that canoe. So I'd like to go check that out. Let me just check these back areas over here. This is all jacked up. There's so many pallets. Need a hatchet to break them all down, though. I'm going to go inside. I'm going to chop up some wood real quick just to get that stuff done, get us a little bit of warmth back, and we're going to see what the weather's looking like when I come back out. All right, guys, I'm back. Looking a little bit prettier outside. Well, not prettier. It's just looking less craptastic. We've got some birds flying around over here, so let's go check it out real fast. I went ahead and ate a granola bar that was looking way, way worse for wear. Just to get that scarf down. It was at like 18%, and since we had a granola bar that we ate, I went ahead and researched 2 hours of one of our fishing books. Just to kind of get that done. Anything hanging out inside of this canoe? No. Sometimes there's something around the canoes, people have said. I've only found... Well, maybe I have found items around them. I always think that they're under them. Like, in the actual canoe area. Let's go hit this dead guy up over here. Go check out a couple of these fishing huts, and then we're probably going to go ahead and call it a day. Alright, corpse. Give me... What the hell? I hear something stepping around. Alright. Go grab some of these feathers, man. Grab all these feathers. There we go. Walking away. Walking away. Sounds like a deer. So I'm not really too worried about it. This area, I'm pretty sure we haven't been into. And probably not that one as well. So I think we'll hit that up. I broke down a bunch of wood. So, cedar firewood. I'll grab it. We'll bring this back with us. And if we can find any additional fishing hooks, I would really like that. Because now we can make 2... Oh, I didn't do this the methodical way. I should have went from here over. Let's go. Do you look up and then look down? Or do you look down and then look up? I think the way they always say it is you go from the floor to the ceiling, right? When you're looking around. 1 degree Celsius outside, man. That's pretty impressive. But anyway, what I'd like to do is get some fishing line done so that we can do a little bit of fishing and grab ourselves maybe some coho salmon. That would be fantastic. And then after we get done here, now that we have searched out the fishing area, we're gonna head over to the gas station next time and loot that beautiful, beautiful treasure trove of greatness. Man, I'm hoping for some good stuff there. And remember, we still have that other heavy hammer laying around in the other fishing hut. We are very, very drained. So I'm not running too much here. I can at least see the island. Very foggy outside. Like, epically foggy right now. But the fishing, or not the fishing, the fuel that we have, we're not going to use that much of. And the reason why is because we don't have any, like, we don't have any need for a lot of fires right now. We have some water that we could boil, and we have some rose hips and stuff that we could make. But for the most part, we're not doing any fishing yet, and we're not doing any trapping yet. Oh man, I would like to do some trapping though, that's for damn sure. I became very, very attached to my snares. Those snares, I thought, did a fantastic job. That is a fishing hut that we have been to. So let's drop over here. Drop this stuff off. Pretty drained. I think we're probably going to go to sleep after that. And then we can head over to the gas station. And we have quite a few, man, we've got quite a few feathers right now as well. I'm really happy about our feather haul. We've got probably more than 10. So that's pretty nice. Especially when you consider that feathers are one of the issues that we're going to have when it comes to arrows. Well, apparently now so are birch limbs. We just haven't found that many of those. We haven't found that many saplings, period. On the other island, there's a potential spawn for a sapling, though. We can check that out as well. I'm going to grab some of this old man's beard lichen since it's so damn nice outside. One of the few times where without a brand, we are above freezing. I can't remember the last time I've seen this. The last time we had a brand, and it was 2 degrees Celsius, which means that the brand gives you a 2 degrees bonus, which means that it was 0 outside. And right now, it just dropped back down to 0. I think that's because we're getting in the latter part of the day. I do want to continue to pick up these sticks. What was that? Okay. I do want to continue to pick up these sticks because the sticks, I believe, regenerate or respawn. So if we have a bunch of sticks laying inside the cabin, that's only going to help us. That'll give us more and more fuel for when we do need the opportunity to cut down, to begin making fires, basically. Begin making fires so that we can have deer, or not deer meat, but all of the rabbit meat that we're going to be cooking up and everything. Can I cut up these limbs with my hacksaw? Wow, I can, and we get a lot of firewood out of it. 0 degrees Celsius. Do I want to take the chance? I feel like I should.
I don't rest soon, I'm gonna faint.
Let's do it. Get a little bit of fur firewood. Oh yeah, it is not bad at all outside. Now we're starting to get a little cold. Let's go grab a drink real fast. We got a bunch of sodas that we can drink as well. So we've got a little over 1 kilogram of water, so we're not doing too bad. We got a lot of things that give us some fluids though, which are kind of nice. Man, I'd like to get one more limb while it's so nice like this. This is the time where you grab your limbs, man. Whoa. Got some rose hips right over here as well. This is the time where you want to grab your limbs when it's this nice outside. When you want to kiss your ass goodbye. Alright, baby, where's those other limbs? I know there's an additional one down there, but if we can get another one that's really close to the cabin, I'd like to get that one. Alright. Looks like we'll have to grab this other one over here then. That is a branch. A branch is good, but I want a limb. Because a limb is going to give us the most amount of firewood. We are very, very heavy right now as well. Alright, I can still see the area, so I'm not too intimidated about just kind of wandering around over here. This area, very good for catching rabbits, by the way, putting your snares out. Because that big rock over there protects the snare very, very well. Alright, this is cedar right here, so let's see if we can hack this down. Starting to get pretty damn cold. Starting to get very cold. Okay, man. Couple of flurries outside. -5. We are epically drained, but we got a lot of wood. And that's going to help us big time. I might even grab our meat that's sitting around on this back porch to eat before we go to sleep. You can see our meat sitting around right there. Let's head inside before we start freezing. We got gamey venison. And it's cooked. So there was a spreadsheet that someone had shown me. Where do I want to keep all this firewood, by the way? Should we just put it back inside this cabinet? This cabinet holds some pretty good amount of stuff, you can see. Put that in there, a couple of those in there. We've got, let's go over here to our fire areas. Man, we've got a ton of sticks. Let's put 20 sticks in here. There we go. You can see it's filling up quick, man. And we have even more firewood. All this firewood I want in there for right now. We just don't need it. And then some of this reclaimed wood, we'll put like 5 in there. We'll put 10 in there. I don't think that we need that much firewood right now. So that's kind of like all of our fire starting stuff that we're tossing in there. I like to keep enough sticks to make a snow shelter if we have to. Look at all these matches, man. Oh, man. We are doing really good on matches right now. We have the other pair of work boots that we're going to have to rip up. These things, 69% right now. So let's do some things real fast. Here's what I would do. I'm going to rip up these boots. We are, how tired are we? Man, we're right about to the point where we are like super drained. You know what? Instead, I'm going to go to sleep. Let's go grab that gamey venison. Go ahead and scarf that down. And then on top of that, We can probably take a sip of one of our sodas if we want. And then we're going to get 10 hours of sleep as we often do. Because that appears to be the magic number. If you guys want to know the magic number of sleep in the Interloper mode. Oh, this can of pork and beans isn't looking too great. Maybe we'll eat this instead and then a soda. Yep. We're going to do that. The venison is keeping really well outside now that we're just tossing it on the ground. Really well. And like I said, as long as you keep it on the patio here, nothing can get to it. Nothing that I've seen. In my other playthroughs, I have kept stuff there, and nothing ever got to it. So I think because wolves can't cross the threshold of the patio. Let's eat this pork and beans real fast. We can use our can opener, luckily. Now, it is 27%. Someone said at 50%, you get the potential to get food poisoning. But I think food poisoning shows up right away, so no food poisoning. Lucky us. And then on top of that, we're going to grab a sip of this Summit soda. There we go. We'll stop right there before we finish up the rest of the Summit soda. So we get a little bit left just because 750 calories, I do believe, to the point where we can sleep for 10 hours. Let's double check, though. Yep, 750 calories. Look at that, man. The escape that we use now whenever we're about to sleep, or not whenever we're about to sleep, whenever we're eating something is an awesome, awesome tip. Whoever shared that tip, you are the man. So, great, great tip. All right, we're back. I just ripped up my boots, did a little bit of inventory management off camera. When I say I ripped up my boots, I don't mean like the boots that we're wearing. I mean those extra pair of boots that we had laying around. I wanted to pass some of the time because it was still very cold outside, and there's a lot of fog right now. There's still a lot of fog. But what I want to do is I want to get us over to the gas station, if at all possible. So we're going to start moving right now. You can see a lot of deer out here right now. Holy crap. A lot of deer. And we're heading over to, well, you know what? Maybe we should just hit Misanthrope's Island first, and then we'll hit the gas station from there. That might be better off because Misanthrope's Island is very, very close to the gas station. In that you can go right through it and get to the gas station, I should say. Now this fishing hut here, I think that we've seen this one. What we're going to do though is since we're passing by it, we'll give it a real quick check as we continue to head on to the other island just to see if there's anything there. Man, there are deer everywhere around here. Look at them all running for their lives. Yep, we've been inside of it. Let's keep moving. Negative 17 degrees, still not too bad. We haven't had to light a match in quite some time. Man, that was awesome. Loving that. You can hear all those hooves just kind of wandering around. We are fairly well rested. I think I see... That looks like a pair of wolves out that way. Actually, that looks like a quad of wolves out that way. And it looks like another... Oh, is that 6 freaking wolves? Man, it's like a bad mirage or something. Holy crap. Yep, that is a lot of wolves. Like, a lot of wolves. Hold on, let me, man, we are gonna have to freaking do some fancy maneuvering here. Oh, I hear more crows. More crows. There's something over here. Oh crap. All right. Well, I guess we'll head over this way. Man, maybe we are gonna end up heading to the gas station first. Well, we're gonna head the way that the game brings us, and the game's showing us crows over here, so let's see what we got. Do some exploration. It looks like the weather's clearing up a bit. In that I can see a little bit better. Is there something way at the top of this? Oh my god, how am I gonna get up there? Ooh. More feathers, man. The tooth! Welcome to the tooth, boys. Alright. The tooth looks more like the pain in the ass.
Damn. Where is he?
How do you get up this BS? I haven't really messed with the tooth. Do we have to do some sort of frickin' Skyrim level crap over here? Alright, I don't want to wander around this too long, but is there a way to get up there? Anyone know? The tooth? Looks like an interesting... Man, I feel like I knew how to get up there way back in the day, but it's been a long time since I've messed around with it. I'd like to check it out, though. Let's continue to move on, though. We're gonna stay on the roadway here. There's also the potential for a bear to be wandering around, and just my luck, I'm sure there would be one. We are freezing right now, so if I can find a little bit of shelter, I'd love to hit it. We are fairly close, though, to civilization. I just have to keep on pushing through here. But this roadway, and especially up these various mounds, are excellent hiding places for wolves. That's one of the things I hate about Coastal Highway, is the potential for wolves to be in and around all of these little areas. So let's kind of wander through here as carefully as we can. I'm hearing a lot of crows as well. Over here. Alright. Over here, back at the log sort. So now at least if we have to, we know whereabouts we are. And we have the trailer over here that we can use as kind of like a halfway point. Man, I hear a lot of crows in that direction. I kind of feel like maybe we should investigate that. Alright, what we're gonna do... What should we do? Should we push through? I said I was gonna get you guys to the freaking gas station. That's what we're gonna do. How are we looking hypothermia risk? 24%. Alright, we're pushing. We're getting to the gas station. Let's continue to move on through here. Alright, apparently we can't move on through there. So let's continue to move on this way and we'll go around these trees and then get through there. I think that there's the potential for a deer carcass over there. We're already freezing, though. I might check it out when we have a little bit more time and energy. Well, not energy, just more heat. Let's keep moving around here. When I try and push too far, this is usually where I end up getting myself in trouble. But we're doing it, man. We're doing it right now. Everything's still looking good. Everything looking clear. I'd like to keep a lot of strength on us, though. A lot of our stamina on us so we can continue to run quite well. Not encumbered, which is real good. Alright, man. Throat's tensing up a little bit. I can feel it. There's the break in the bridge. Now, I normally go through this area on the water. So it's kind of fun to do it this way. I don't usually do it this way. Oh, I think up this way... Hold on. I think up this way is where those cabins are that we missed. Huh? Let's go check it out. Yeah, we're gonna go up this way just a little bit. And we're gonna see if we can find those cabins up here. There's the fence line. Alright. Now, if I remember correctly, beyond doing this... I think we went up here to find them. Because I have a feeling that we came down this way, and then we hit that log beam, and I had to go around it. So let's kind of keep walking up here. Alright, man. This is it, man. This is what it's all about, right here. Yes! Oh, man, we found them. This is great. This is going to be an excellent point, too, to get some warmth back. Maybe chop up some wood and stuff. In fact, you know what? I'm gonna get us in here as fast as possible. I think that's the same damn rabbit we saw last time we were around these parts. Okay, so the very first thing that we had missed was a backpack right over here. Bam. And then I'm just gonna double check that there's nothing under this bed. Doesn't look like it. Okay, good. And then the other thing that we missed, let's go grab it, was a candy bar in the bed closest to the cabin. By the way, did the feathers regenerate over here? No. Doesn't look like it. But the other thing was the candy bar right over here. So, guys, thank you for your tips. And because of your tips, I was able to get those items that we missed. Oh, there's a bunch of reclaimed wood over here that I had left, too. Awesome. Guys, hope you're enjoying the Long Dark on the Interloper mode. Until the next time, folks, staying foxy and much love.